Hello everyone. Little different video than I normally do. I thought I would give an opinion on a news article I read and saw some people talking about. This was written by Leon Hurley at Games Radar, and it's titled "There'll Be No Donut Drake in Uncharted 4." And the article says, a familiar Uncharted character will be sitting out the final game in the series. After appearing in the last few multiplayer modes, Donut Drake will be missing out on the online fun in Uncharted 4. According to Neil Druckmann, the decision was made to take the character out because, quote, I didn't want to have a laugh at someone's expense, adding that, quote, I thought we'd matured beyond that. That's not to say Donut Drake wasn't on the cards. We actually had the whole thing modeled and in there, explains Druckmann, concluding that the team decided to make the call not to do it. A choice that was made internally. We had a big debate about it and kind of approached it from all kinds of angles and decided we weren't comfortable having it in our game. Hi, my name is Chris. I run the Massive Score YouTube channel. For those who don't know and can't tell by this mess, I'm a fat person. Very, very fat. Much more than any weight any doctor would recommend I weigh. Just very fat. Donut Drake isn't offensive at all. It's funny. I laughed at it in the first game, and the second game, and the third game. Me being fat is half the reason I'm funny. And Naughty Dog's like, no, we don't want to have a laugh at someone else's expense. Maybe I wanted to play as a fat guy because I'm fat. You shouldn't be censoring anything you put in your game. You have a vision. If your vision includes letting people play as a fat version of Nathan Drake running around in multiplayer, then do that. Don't make that character and then think, what if a fat person sees this? They'll think we're making fun of fat people. If you want it in there, don't pretend like there's going to be people that are mad about it. If you're going to make a change because you're afraid of people getting mad about it, then you wouldn't have a white girl doing the voice of a black character. That's going to offend people more than a fat character. Why cut that out? Add it as DLC. Then I have to pay to potentially offend myself. I'll pay $1 for the model you already put in the game and are now taking out for whatever reason. Is there a short character? Because sometimes short people are funny just because they're short, right? Because like if they're leprechauns or if they're Oompa Loompas. So you better not have any like really short characters in the game because you might offend short people. You don't want to have any old people because sometimes old people are funny just because they're old. This is like a slope. If you say, well, we don't want a fat guy in there because we don't want to make jokes at someone else's expense. For one, Nathan Drake isn't a real person. So you're not making a joke at anyone else's expense. And if a fat person sees Nathan Donut Drake and gets offended, who cares? Was there a huge outcry of, saying that you guys hate fat people after the first game? No, because then you put them in the second game. Now after the second game, was there a big campaign led against you guys to get rid of Donut Drake? No, because you put him in the third game. Now after the third game, that must have been when there was the outcry to get rid of Donut Drake because it's offensive to fat people, right? Oh no, wait. He was even in the HD collection that came out in October. If you actually cared about not offending people, you probably wouldn't even make a game, especially one where you can kill people. Because some people get really offended at the idea of shooting people. Or of guns even existing. Because I feel like getting rid of a fat character is like, it's such a minuscule thing. That if you're willing to budge on something that unimportant, that people are going to use that against you to say, well, they took a fat person out, but they still let this white woman voice a black character. They still let you shoot people a bunch or whatever. What's the phrase? It's a half measure. You're only protecting fat people who didn't ask to be protected by you censoring this game. And that's my opinion on that news item. I want Donut Drake back. And now I just want a donut.